Just realized I wanted to make a correction to something in the title of this one real quick. I'm actually gonna jump in his Discord voice channel. Oh. Alright, let's get this started.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing.
What's up,
Dark.
bro?
Hey, Dark.
What's going on?
We're having poor weather conditions where I'm at right now, and on my Ring app, some people who live in the next subdivision have said they lost power, so I'm worried I might lose mine.
Aw, shit, don't you hate when that happens, bro? It fucking
Yeah.
sucks. Okay. Well, thanks for the heads up, man. You guys just having some storms over there? Or some shit? What is
Oh,
it?
yes.
Hmm.
It has been lightning like crazy.
Roundabout, where do you live? What country? Oh, no, wait a minute. You're in the U.S. You said you're east... Or you're a little bit west of me on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a little bit
Eastern
of...
Standard Time, US.
We got a little bit of snow in Maryland today. Well, the area I'm in, anyway.
Wait, you live in Maryland?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, don't take this the wrong way, but I've actually considered moving to that state for the past like years now,
Hmm.
but I didn't have the money.
I don't take that the wrong way, bro. It's not a terrible place to live, you know? I mean, it really just kind of depends where in Maryland you live. You don't want to move into Baltimore City, that's for sure. You know?
I had thought about it, but that wasn't the only place I was thinking. I want to be closer to the water, but not so close that I'm staring it down, just like within driving distance, though.
Hmm. Yeah, just don't move to Baltimore City, bro, whatever you do. Anywhere in Maryland with fucking Baltimore City. God damn. That place is
I
fucking
appreciate
rough.
the tip.
Yeah, dude. That's like one of the worst cities in fucking the country, probably in the world. It's bad down there. But yeah, I figured we'll continue on a little bit more of this Imperial gameplay tonight.
So, scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate my mod so far?
You know,
I
dude,
can take the cold hard truth.
overall, like I really kind of like. I'm gonna say like 7.5, 8. You know, that's counting everything. The plus sides are like I like your tech tree and I like a lot of the way the units are handled. Um, personally, ship size in here is not, I'm not like, I did like that better in Thrawn's Revenge, but, again, a lot of things are subjective too. So, some people may love the way you scaled it. I was thinking about this a little bit because we discussed it before. I kind of like seeing more of the ship in the screen. That's just me personally. You know that the UI is kind of almost vanilla in a lot of state. I know you said you're going to work on that. So, but I mean, other than those two things, I find this pretty enjoyable. I kind of like the way you've built the galaxy here too, as well on this map. So,
This is all feedback for me. Thank you.
Yeah, bro.
I plan to look into widening the field of view.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember if I ever messed with that before. I feel like I did some work on camera stuff in the past, like, you know, when I was modding the XMLs. I can't remember if I did or not, though. I mean, I think you run into, like, an issue that happened with Thrawn's shit was, like, they ran into distortion problems. I kind of thought that was part of the shadow shader issue, was because of it's because it's like, when you use the cinematic camera, more, like, the more it shows, the worse it is somehow. I don't know if that's just a general engine problem or my fucking hardware, or what it could be, you know, the fact I'm playing in 4K, you know, but
Oh, your hardware is probably fine. The game is just limited to one CPU core. So if it's trying to render too much, it'll cause issues.
that's probably what it is, because I got into some huge battles in Thrawn's Revenge towards the end. So that probably makes a lot of sense. Um,
When when the game was updated from 32-bit to 64-bit, we did get a little bit, actually a noticeable amount of more texture memory to work with,
hmm.
and that's why everybody's games basically smoothed up a bit. Frame rate increased, you might have noticed that.
Most
It was,
likely.
yeah, it that did help, but it's still nothing like multi-core support, sadly.
Yeah. Yeah, like a
I
lot of new
know
games,
Petroglyph
sure.
is trying.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's a fucking, it's amazing they actually did all that for some reason. I don't even know if this fucking development studio is still around, to be honest. I can't remember the last time I
Oh,
seen
they are.
some. Petroglyph still is?
Oh, yes.
Huh.
Their most
Interesting.
recent game is 9-bit Armies. It released, I want to say last
Oh,
year.
that sounds
It's their
familiar.
last.
That's that where it's got a great physics engine and like a huge amount of players on the servers. Is,
I
is,
have not played it, so
no, that kind of sounds familiar. I think that's definitely the one. It sounds like that. Anyway, that's interesting to hear. They're still doing stuff.
there's a chance we might get a new patch this year towards the end of the year.
Hmm. Well. Okay. Certainly can't complain about that. Unless it really fucks some shit up.
Don't say that. It'll make me nervous.
God damn it, dude. The amount of luck I've been having with trying to mod some fucking big titles. I mean, because the problem is in the gaming industry is for many years, these fucking devs, you know, they weren't supporting the shit. They were just throwing it down, throwing some patches, and then walking away. But as I've been trying, I know for mod developers have the problem too. Well, they'll fucking do some shit, and then, you know, that's why I said I walked away from Baldur's Gate. It's just too many fucking updates having to deal with that. That's why it's really been nice playing this game with mods. So,
And 16 or it's either 15 or 16 days, I think. The 13th anniversary update for this mod releases, and man, I can't believe I'm on year 13 with this.
well,
I'm I'm happy, but it's also
it's quite a venture, dude. Holy shit.
yeah,
Interesting.
2012 seems so long ago.
Yeah, time flies, dude. Tell me about it. Especially when
I
you're
was
focused.
it it has not cut into anything serious into my life. It's just it's still a hobby. It's just one I take seriously, but I'm not prioritizing it over, say, work. This is
Mm-hmm.
why content is not as it doesn't come
Often.
as fast as, say, other mods.
Yeah, well, you're a
It's
one-man show, dude. You know what I mean? For the most part, like
yeah.
that's very understandable.
Okay, my suggestion, I take Karita and then move to
Yeah, it's kind of what I was
the
gonna do is move down that front line there. 'Cause that's really gonna be the planet that probably dug in on. I'm not even gonna scout it out. I don't think I really need to, dude. I've got so many of these fucking heavy AT walkers. I would be like legit surprised if they actually stopped me there somehow. I'm really just waiting for these last couple of ships for a cover fleet, a new fleet anyway, to cover one of these planets. Because we're really trying to free up core legs reinforcements here, so we definitely need that. The Alderaan graveyard and can't.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
But I think routes here will definitely be opened up as well. Yeah, so that's.
Do not get mad, Dark, but I was getting a good laugh at how tricky Akbar was being yesterday.
Yeah, that fucking guy. Yeah, he's a trap, alright. That's what he is.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
I just realized I had to put more ship fire on him. I thought his shields were a little too OP at first, and then I realized I needed to focus fire more on him.
They are being rebalanced in the next update. I have a major rebalance coming.
Well, they weren't too bad, you know. I mean, not horrendous. Do the rebels get the Rebellion SSD on their side? Like,
Currently, no.
what is their heaviest ship? It's like a.
Right now, the Starhawk prototype.
Oh,
They can only get it.
okay.
They can only get it if they control the Nadiri dockyards. Their
Oh, and I already
tankiest
have
unit
that.
would
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Their runner-up tankiest unit would probably be the MC-85. They can only get that at Mon Cala if they have a level 5 shipyard and enough credits. That thing's
Okay.
expensive.
Well, they definitely should be able to, because money does seem pretty. I mean, if I've got 1.2 mil, they're probably sitting on a little bit of cash over there. If they're getting discounts and shit through difficulty, which I imagine you're probably giving to them.
Enjoy it while you can, because in the next update, the economy is going to be a little different.
Yeah, it probably should be. I mean, it was nice to have that little boost to start. That helped to cover, you know, with a little less loss. But again, you see how I play. I usually start on the easiest difficulty and then turn it up when I've got some control, and then probably
It's a valuable tactic.
maybe another 5, 6, 7 planets. I'll probably turn it on the hardest. It looks like I'm only maybe 25% of the way through the galaxy. These guys wanted,
Roughly that.
these guys wanted to show back up again. That was a bad choice. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Go ahead.
I think the rebels have been beating the Zan Consortium.
Mm-hmm. It looks that
As-
way.
Yeah, they've been able to go past their planets, and I don't know, it just seems like the Zan Consortium has just been neutered. So I wonder what the rebels and the Zan have been doing while you've been building up.
Yeah, they seem to. I mean, you know, the consortium really obviously shouldn't have the same tech or ship, you know, capability as any these other two factions, you know.
The Empire?
Yeah.
My thought exactly. That's
But-
why I kind of slowed down their corruption spread. That was annoying in the base game, at least for me.
Yeah, but they should definitely have, like, you know, another way of some kind of balance advantage, depending on what you know, they can do. You know.
I am rebalancing their economy as well for the next update. The
Star Destroyer reporting in.
all three factions economies have gone under review, and I've made some major edits to them.
Sweet.
I don't want to get into too much detail.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's all
Other
good.
than
Course set.
No worries.
TIE interceptor here.
15 more days.
Course set. Transmit orders. At once, sir. Bomber squadron reporting. Ready.
So usually I have a pretty tough time micromanaging these fighters. So usually what I do, unless I need to prioritize bombers, I'll usually just throw them on the front line and kind of just let them do their thing where I think the enemy's fighters are going to bunch up at. That's generally how I go about it.
I'm like that to an extent. I'll separate my fighters and bombers, and I'll send in my fighters first, then my bombers.
Hmm. Oh damn, that didn't take long. Well, I guess they're ready to go home. You know something interesting? That reminds me. I feel like at times I've seen them when I've had a gravity well, and this was in Thrawn's Revenge. They would like stop bringing reinforcements in. It's kind of a weird thing. I'm not sure if that's common across, you know, other versions or mods.
That can happen in other mods. I've actually seen it in my mod.
Hmm.
Once the AI feels like it cannot win, it'll try to retreat, and if it cannot retreat, it'll stop wasting its reinforcements and hold them back until the battle ends.
Yeah, I mean it's
or
pretty
concludes.
pretty smart. If
They can learn to an extent.
Yeah, that's the other good thing about the AI scripts at this time. You know, when they, I mean, that's kind of like vanilla, isn't it?
Not completely,
No?
but mostly.
Hmm.
Mostly, but not completely.
Star Destroyer reporting.
I've had to make edits on the AI to make them more smarter than vanilla.
Yeah, I've looked around in those files. I won't even fuck around in those, to be honest.
Editing the AI is a bit of a learning curve.
Yeah.
After 13 years, I'm still learning new things every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'll joke and say, ooh, new skill point unlocked.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. That's a whole different game. Whole different coding game. Well, I mean, it's pretty much straight up coding compared to XMLs or just filling in a simpler format.
A lot of coders out in the world consider XML to be baby coding,
Yeah.
but I'll tell them we all started somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Even it doesn't matter how good a coder is, they started likely in XML because it's entry-level coding. Lewis scripting is like right above it, so it's like I'd call it 1.5 for coding in terms of skill.
Yeah, but just because it's simpler doesn't mean it's worse. In fact, in some ways, keeping
Exactly.
things simpler can, you know, you can avoid a lot
Be
of
a good
problems
thing.
that way. Yeah.
Or yeah, good things. Good minds think alike.
It's true though. That's why you get a lot of issues with newer games. They try to do a bunch of fancy coding, I'm sure, and it's all fucked up. Yeah, I see a lot of this consortium. Really, they haven't had any fleet or any ships really, besides stations. Fairly enough, you know, it was on the easiest difficulty, but the rebels, they've already got a fleet that keeps hitting me constantly, pretty much.
think they're running out of pop cap,
Hmm.
or at least using it up.
Yeah, they don't, because all of their planets are automatically corrupted, aren't they?
Yes.
I don't know how far I can see that into planets that are in the fog of war, but it doesn't look like they have a lot right now. So yeah, they're probably definitely losing out. At some point, I'll definitely do a Rebel and a Consortium gameplay for this, because honestly, the Imperials are the easiest, you know. Especially with these huge fucking SSDs and shit like that, you know. For the most part, for me, I think they're game winning.
Move out.
Well, I actually got 7 available there. Alright. All I really need to do is hold this by land. Yeah, let's just take a look around the map here. So that's, yeah, there really isn't. There's some corruption there. They got like weak worlds. Yavin, Reltuine. Oh no, they got a little bit going on down here. They pretty much got that lower quadrant. Oh yeah, it's a whole nother quadrant there. It's all owned by the rebellion. Hey Harrier, what's up, buddy? Long time no see, man. Well, it's not really been that long. Maybe a couple weeks. Yep, I think that's where are you still here, Larry? Oh fuck, I don't know where Larry went. He might have lost power. Oh,
No, but I did have to check on something, so I missed like
okay,
the
bro.
last like 2 minutes. I'm sorry.
No, you're all good, man. Cause somebody had mentioned something about Endor. Didn't you say that's where I need to go to build the Death Star?
Oh yes.
Not that I think I really fucking need it, but because I know that's something they didn't have in TR. But you know, I mean, the Empire has so many fucking tools. It really does.
What can I do? Can do.
What's the counter for that? Is it still vanilla Red Squadron?
Yes, but the rebels get more.
Destination set.
So it's also the Millennium Falcon,
My way, sir.
Blue Squadron, and Gold Squadron,
So they have
and Rogue
4.
Squadron.
And then it's been so long since I've done that. How does that work exactly? Like, do
You just have to.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
The rebels have to win the battle with said units still intact, and then it's auto-destroyed.
Yes,
Okay.
Commander. Acknowledge.
Fair enough.
Ready. There they are. Destination set.
Alright.
Ready.
Human civilians. Okay.
At your service. Yes. Got it.
I'm guessing the consortium corrupted all the civilians on this planet.
Yeah, there is some
Just
yellow
like it.
there. How the? Oh yeah, no, I got a couple. A couple were loyal to me though. See, there's
Alright.
a few more here.
Complete. Construction complete.
Where do you need me? Heading out. Sir?
actually be something down here, huh? Maybe we'll go
I
investigate.
remember there's rancors on this planet.
Oh, not buildings. So I think isn't there a place for buildings down there? I can't remember.
I am ready.
It's been a while since I actually fought on Karita.
Okay, we'll go take a gander.
Reporting.
The other thing I was kind of curious about is, like, sometimes these AT-ATs, after you deploy men, they'll, like, move around. Oh shit, look at this guy. Oh, wow, actually, these tanks are huge. Oh, fuck. They got a ton of reinforcements down there.
Awaiting orders. All right, men, take cover.
As you command.
Okay. Let's do a little bombardment run here then. Actually getting a little damage done through there. Our little bombing run.
I'm here. Right away.
AT-AT ready.
So AT-ATs are taking it like a champ.
Yeah, they got good armor and health. Shove them bitches right up the middle. Going for the manpower grab here. See if we can make that happen. We got something in the fog of war shooting me out there.
Yes, sir. Avoiding fire.
Reporting in. On my way, sir.
I still have yet to fix that bug.
Which one is it?
Where the AT-AT can 360 its whole head while deploying troops.
Reporting in.
Yeah, it kind of clips
It's
really good
weird.
on the body there.
Roger that. Form up. Awaiting orders. Advancing.
Okay, take that.
Destination. On my way, sir.
Hey, Square Wolf.
Copy. Squad, move out.
Oh, you know that guy?
I copy. Right away, sir.
He just wrote in chat.
Moving out.
Oh yeah, I've seen that in there. I don't know if I've ever seen him on the channel before.
As you wish,
What's up, Wolf? Yeah, we're just hanging out with Larry 3 playing some Empire at War.
Right away.
It's all good. Damn, oh, that's what's hitting me. Let's see if I can nail him. Oh, got him.
Oh no, this is you? Oh, nice.
Moving out.
Reporting. Squad, advance.
He says it's Kronos.
Yeah, I know him, he's a friend. He's in my server.
Moving ahead.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I didn't know if this can be shared in your channel or not, but if you
Oh, I already shared it.
oh, sweet.
My rule is, if somebody makes a video of Alliance of War, a video, a live stream, either or, it's going in my vids channel, so
Sweet.
everyone can see it.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Helps us both out that way, really.
Yes.
Okay, Wolf, cool, dude.
Thanks, Chrono. I learned something new. Thank you.
Roger that.
Dark is showing us how it's done. Or me, at least. I probably would have suffered more casualties.
Yeah.
I just sad because I'm the one.
Well, again, this is, you know, this is fucking Spamsville all day long, but these things are perfect, you know, they heavy armor to move in men to drop on the points. I really, you know, they can't be speedered. Really, their greatest disadvantage is their speed,
Heading
which
out.
you give them
That's
brisk.
lore accurate, by the way.
What is?
In canon, the elite AT-AT fixes the issue of what happened at Hoth, where the
Oh,
T-47 tow cabled it. The Empire learned from it. So what they done is they put saws on the
legs or
front
ankle
legs.
joints?
Yeah,
Hmm.
on the upper leg. Yeah, I think it's all across the legs, and so because of that, it now could not be tied up anymore. And I thought that was awesome.
Heading out.
Yeah, I mean,
Hello, Commander.
definitely,
Reporting.
want to fix your disadvantages.
Let's go. Yes, Commander.
Chrono, my answer to that statement is Roger, Roger. That could come down the road. You're not the only one that's asked for the first generation AT-AT. Or at least the one with the turret on the rear. That could come.
Oh, there was one
Um,
before the other one you have in here, so there's like 3 total, really?
AT-AT ready. This way.
In canon, I think there's 5 total.
Hmm.
I've gotten 2.
Transport ready. Over there.
I plan to get at least 1 or 2 more. I believe there's 5 total.
Reporting in.
Sweet.
Bombers in the ready. Acknowledged. Roger that. Target acquired. Form up.
It would not surprise me, Chrono.
Form up. Commence attack run.
The bunker still dealt with that. Oh boy.
Awaiting your orders. Copy. Commencing attack. I copy. Weapons armed. Reporting.
Yeah, to be honest, I kind of enjoy the rebel side of things a little bit more, but I usually start campaigns with Empire.
That's fine.
Walker,
When it comes to factions, I'm bisexual. There we go.
Okay.
reporting.
It depends on how I'm feeling that week.
Sure.
You wish, General.
Sometimes I want to do Empire more. Sometimes Rebels.
Bomb armament available.
Just depends.
Standing by. Acknowledged.
Alright, let's go see what's over here.
Ready for orders.
Chrono, I currently have the one with the rocket.
Excellent.
The
suggestion.
grenade could come way down the road. I'd like to get in the ATKT, but we'll see on that.
Bombardment incoming.
Well,
I don't know how to take that comment.
Right away.
I am awake. I was actually just eating something.
Destination is acknowledged.
yeah, I've kind of gotten that a lot lately.
Roger.
I've been fucking spreading myself pretty thin, honestly.
On the move.
Alright, so why is this counting this as the last structure? So I don't have the fog of war removed yet.
If you capture the
Ready to receive your
what is it,
transmission.
satellite thing that removes it, it will not clear the whole map, but it'll clear a large radius around it.
Right.
I thought
Yeah, I see that.
it was too broken if it done that. I had to better balance it.
Sure. No, it's understandable. I'm just because usually the fog of war isn't that the script rule when you destroy all the buildings?
Ready.
It's not so much a script, but more
Oh, there we go.
the game does it by odds.
I read you.
If you reach a certain, like, if your odds of winning are 2 to 1, with you being the 2 and the enemy being the 1,
Right away.
then I think it'll automatically clear. That's why it'll clear either at the beginning of a match or late in a match. At least that's how it does it in base game. I changed it to where
Armor transport ready.
the odds have to be even more so in your favor, so it wouldn't clear as often.
Okay.
It was for balance, though.
Well, to be honest, I think the odds are definitely in my favor at this point. I mean, they must still have. See, like I feel like it was always like building based.
Moving out.
Like even these bunkers, if they're embedded in a bunker and you destroy it, well, we're about to find out.
I think if your chances of winning are like 95%, it still won't clear, just because I upped it that much.
Oh, okay.
You can start
Yeah,
your
they still have 2 dudes in there.
Chrono, I did think about doing that.
as you command.
That's still on my maybe list. I don't know if I'm going to, but I'm not rolling it out. It's maybe.
They have a building down here. That's what it is. They probably have an infantry barracks here. Yep, there it is. Okay, that'll work.
System conquered.
Let's see, I don't think I'm actually going to build.
Corruption has been removed.
Take all my cyborgs with me. Well, technically they're droids. Are there organics inside these things? These dark troopers? Or are they all robotics?
I know the Phase 2 has organics in them.
Huh.
The Phase 3 does not. But in canon, the Phase 3 did not come until around 9 ABY, which is outside my mods covered timeline. So that's why the Phase 3 is not there.
Okay. Yeah, no, you definitely explained that the other night. I was just curious if there was technically men in there at some point or in some way. Alright, and then I think we're gonna do... Yes, you need the light vehicle to build the turbo laser towers. And then we're gonna do some of that. I think these things are cool. These ATMPs.
Oh yes,
I kinda-
anti-infantry with a chain gun or an equivalent to that.
And they have homing concussion missile launchers.
Oh yes. Well, semi-honing. They'll track for a little bit.
Huh. Okay. All good. Let's see. Can Coralag get to... Yeah, so... I really need to take just those 2. I think I'll... Well... Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna try and challenge me on that planet down there, to be honest. So we'll just clean this up real quick. That's an interesting statement there, Wolf. Maybe a little bit off topic, but we'll go with it.
Ready to commence. Stealth mode activated.
Welcome to the front line. We've pinpointed their base of
In other
operations and
news,
standing by. To eliminate this
in
by any means necessary.
the housing market in Alderaan has dropped to 0%.
Yeah. Unless you enjoy living on asteroids. Other than that, yeah, it's pretty terrible.
Your reinforcements.
As the Emperor wills.
Acknowledged.
Your ties alone may struggle against the fleet's larger ships.
Where are the others? Shields Comlink active. Scouting area. Falling out of formation. Cover me now. Engaging the enemy. Attack formation.
I have no clue if your fucking mod has an SEO tag or not, but I throw it in there anyway. I don't even know entirely how fucking, I didn't even use YouTube SEO tags, hashtags for a long time, until somebody mentioned something about them. Oh.
I sometimes forget about the tags myself, but then again, it's been a while since I made a YouTube video.
Usually, make content somewhere other than your Discord.
Well, the other game I play is World of Tanks,
Yeah,
and
I've
that's
seen
mostly what's on. Yeah, that's my YouTube channel, but I don't really. I still play World of Tanks. I just don't really make videos for it much anymore.
that. Okay.
I was, to an extent, in talks with some of the community managers, and
Beginning construction.
I ended up doing this little. I would post some of the in-game music for the
Corruption has been removed.
community to use, and I think some YouTubers used it in some of their videos, but after 2022, 23, I started to pull back because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be playing World of Tanks. I'm not
Good.
quitting
We'll
anytime
need
soon,
reinforcements to commence with our
but
assault.
part of me does
Deploy
think
our
my days
reinforcement
are
ships
at
and bring
least
more firepower to bear
numbered.
against that space station.
I don't see myself doing it forever. I'm not quitting it right now, but at the same time, I have been thinking about,
Choose your
like,
reinforcements.
I know that my days are numbered with it. At least I can say that.
Yeah, there's a ton of fucking games out there. They're just more and more every day. There's more shit to play.
My plate is.
I had actually watched some.
Oh
game-
wait, hang on. Pan the camera up.
I'm on this one. I got
Dark. Pan the camera up. Just angle it upwards.
What?
Control and then mouse wheel.
Oh, the fuck? How did I not really know that?
I think it. Like angle it upwards before the battle's over.
Oh fuck! Am I looking down on the map?
Yeah, but look up. I think you have to control. Okay, there, angle it up, all the way up. See, you're so high up, you can now start to see stars.
Oh.
See,
Hmm.
I wanted a map that puts one so insanely high up that they would get nervous looking down.
Oh, that's interesting. I never even fucking. I don't think I ever even knew about that
Systems
feature.
control achieved.
God's
Yeah,
damn.
Constructing.
it's not the only map that does it, but like you're so high up, the sky's not even blue anymore. You're actually seeing the blackness of space.
Corruption has been removed.
right away.
Well,
Building under construction.
core is almost secure.
Moving out.
Vehicle in production.
Orbital command available.
I think I will do.
Beginning construction.
I can't even reach, so that's actually completely freed up there.
Heading out.
Yeah, I think I'm good at this point. Yeah, 'cause I can go there.
Orbital command available.
Now I just need to get onto Roche down here. That'll free up core lag.
Building under construction.
It's a ton of reinforcements.
If you take Katata, I always forget how to pronounce that planet. That'll deal a blow to the rebels, because that gives them a upgrade. I think it's speed, if I remember correctly.
On my way, sir.
Construction complete.
Destination set. Station ready.
Oh, this one. T2B tanks. 15%. Okay. I think I am interested in getting on Abrogado because that's one station better than Bice. Which typically this planet is a land-based planet as well. I noticed that some of the planets that are usually, well actually, I think that's the only one I've
Station ready.
realized is
Constructing.
typically a ground-based planet and you turn it into space only.
In canon, Biss is a gas giant.
Isn't that where like a lot of Sith stuff happened on the planet's surface?
Not in canon.
Hmm.
In Legends, it's a different story, but in canon,
Building
it's different.
started.
What is Legends? What's that mean? Is that like a different book series or something?
So, Star Wars used to be one timeline until 2014, where it split. The
Hmm.
timeline split. So, one timeline is the canon timeline, which is where all the official stuff happened. And then the Legends timeline is the old timeline, where all the pre-2012 stuff happened. Or 2014, or whenever it split. There's this
Star
whole
Destroyer reporting in.
online debate about which timeline's better, and depending on who you ask, the older fans generally favor the Legends timeline more, because you'll have stuff
Vehicle in
like
production.
Mara Jade, all,
Station ready.
Yuzan Vong, all that stuff. And then the canon timeline is like all the modern stuff, Rebels and or the Mandalorian.
Let's
Yeah.
move out.
Okay.
I give players the canon experience. Alliance at War currently holds the title of most canon accurate mod available. And then I think it's Age of Legends that's the most Legends accurate. I would like to say Thrawn's Revenge, but I know Corey has got into fanon designs, so I don't know how far the extent of that goes. but yeah, it's hard to say this without coming off as biased because I'm not trying to be biased. Like it's more of that's how it is.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I say fair enough.
In production. Vehicle in production.
Station ready.
Building under construction. Vehicle factory has been sold. Constructing unit.
Well, you know what? Let's see. What else do we have?
What do you think, Doug?
Cancelled.
We'll try
Enlisting.
a couple different units. You know, generally I'm not too wild about in any mod flying land units like these SKs. They just seem to get
High
shot.
strikers?
Yeah, they seem to get shot down too much because they just kind of do their own thing in their own radii. It's hard to get control of them and they'll wander off. So to me, that's definitely like a unit that's easy to get destroyed.
I am giving them a mini buff for the next update. It's not major, but they are getting buffed.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
Okay.
I actually had someone else complain about
Reporting.
their firing arcs.
Hmm.
So
Reporting.
I'm improving their firing arcs, and
Reporting.
their damage output per shot might be upped, maybe.
Construction complete. Constructing unit.
Alright. Let's see.
To all the people watching, I'm trying to collect as much feedback as I can, so if anybody happens to have any questions.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed there's 4 people watching.
Mm-hmm.
Reporting.
Yeah, I get some people that usually stop by and just hang out, don't say very much in the background sometimes, which is fine, you know.
You're all Sigma males, Sigma female, whatever. You're too cool for words.
Let's see. We'll look at, I don't have that much space left. Yeah, typically I don't really use artillery either. If I ever use artillery, I might build like one for ground defense to sit behind a shield. Same thing with like this air. Anti-air is good for. I mean, can your walkers, can the elite ATs, they shoot other air units
They can,
with
but
some
they're not as
degree of
effective as
accuracy?
the. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're not as effective as the ATAAs, but
Mm-hmm.
they can. Also, speaking of the ATAA, it can rocket structures now.
Hmm. This thing
That
can.
wasn't present
Go
in the
ahead.
base game, but
Hmm.
in the base game it only had flak pods that it could fire. In AW, you can swap between flak pods for air units or rockets for structures and vehicles.
Oh, look at that! It is an ability there. Can it shoot?
That's
Can it
kind
shoot
of more
infantry?
accurate. Yeah, but I wouldn't use the rockets. I'd use the flak pods.
Hmm.
They can AoE shred infantry.
Would probably actually be better to take these 2 planets here and call it a day. They've got better stations and ground. Plus that would release... Well, actually, that would still use up
I
my
think-
2 there.
I think the consortium's on its last leg.
Yep, they're pretty much donezo. 'Cause they really got kind of thrown in the middle of the galaxy here. It was kind of their starting point. The Empire kind of had their back against the wall up here. It jumped on a bunch of this shit early. And the rebels appeared to be kind of in the south and on the east of the map.
Complete.
Transmission received. Star Destroyer reporting in.
Corella's a 5. Don't really need that there. Megiddo's a 3. I'll throw a little bit more reinforcement up there. Yeah, I think I'll take these 2, take Roche, and then move in through the bottom here. I'll probably make this my next front line and start moving through here. Probably when I take another couple planets, I'll turn the difficulty up to the final level. I don't, well, actually, isn't there a way to, isn't there a way to view who has what count on planets and economy and shit? Where's... Oh, here we go.
Click the question mark.
There we go. Oh yeah, look at there. They barely have any money over there. Huh. They're almost sized up with me on military. But they have so many more planets, though. That's what gets me. They have more planets. The military is almost equivalent because of that, but their eco is...
It looks like the rebels have been just building up,
Huh.
stockpiling.
Because I know that the AI scripts determine how much of what they have they send. Does that
Oh, yeah.
change based on difficulty? Or is that always
It can influence it.
As you wish. Tactical battle imminent.
The higher the difficulty, the more they're willing to divert towards pushing a player.
Transmit orders. Stealth mode activated.
I think in one script it was called breathing room. How much breathing room the player gets.
Ready for orders, sir.
Yeah, I tried to look into that shit with TR. It was very hard to understand.
Moving out.
Choose your reinforcements.
TR, Corey and his team, they're really good coders, but I just do not like how they redone the
There.
whole how they reorganized all their files. It's not bad, it's just more personal preference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough. A lot of the stuff seems pretty original. Like, I'd look through some of that stuff, and it's got like a lot of the petroglyph authors, you know, mentioned at the top of the file, and the petroglyph stuff there.
For most mods, it is just extensive edits. It's not reinventing the wheel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, they had some fighters here. Oh, they're actually doing a little bit of shield damage. Look at that.
As you wish, my lord. Interceptor squad reporting.
Holy fuck, you guys better get on that. We're almost at half shields here. Let it all out.
Choose your
They went down swinging.
They sure did. They tried all they could.
A number of... actually, not a number, but
Order confirmed.
the Pursuer class and the Skip Ray have ion cannons, so they're very effective against shields.
Hmm.
Invasion commencing. Choose your
Ooh, this is gonna be infantry heavy.
Moving out. Advance.
This world is now under the control of the Empire. You will submit to the will of the Emperor.
Advancing. Awaiting orders.
Awaiting orders. Advancing. Done.
Moving out. Advancing. Moving out. Copy.
I always set up my machine gun at choke points.
Hmm.
Reporting.
I like how I just drop them down. The civilians are fucking murdering them.
Yes, sir. Right away. Roger. Yes.
Order acknowledged.
Figure we just take a look at these guys.
Let's move out. Let's go. Advancing.
at maximum
Moving out.
unit capacity.
Yes, Commander. Keep going.
Roger that. Affirmative.
Orders, sir. This way.
Warm up. Advance.
Reporting. Over there.
Can these rocket stormies shoot on the move? Or do they
Oh,
have-
yes.
Okay. So that's pretty effective.
Awaiting orders. Moving out.
Bombers at the ready.
When I was playing Battlefront, I remember that
Advancing.
you could actually fire your rocket while moving.
Additional garrison on
Hmm.
the way.
So I stuck with that idea, and they can do it as well.
I actually hadn't seen that fucking full 360 head turn. That was a first. I'd seen him shoot to some degrees off, but that was like a full shooting through its rear end. It's pretty good.
Take cover.
I gotta find some way to fix that.
I am ready. Affirmative.
Definitely gives them a very very big edge. Where the hell did they come from?
Squad, advance.
Maybe they were just
Move out.
over here. Yeah, I think I destroyed all their
Right away.
yeah, it's all gone.
Moving
What
to
is
that
your
area,
order?
sir. Reporting in. Heading out.
Orders. Move out.
We secured a landing zone.
Roger that. Fallout troops.
I guess the buildings are up here.
Form up.
Oh, these guys got slower movement speed. Oh, that's pretty cool. One's like carrying the ammo box or the power cell unit.
Let's move out.
Copy. Right away. I copy. Moving to area.
Do you plan on ever adding like any kind of sub Jedi units? You know, minor Sith heroes, things of that nature.
Heading out.
Moving to secondary.
Inquisitors could come down the road. I'm
Okay.
not rolling them out, but it's far off, but they're on my maybe list.
Sweet.
You currently can get dark side adapts from Moorband. They will lightsabers. Although they're not gonna be in the mod forever because they're not canon. But right
Oh.
now you can get them.
Okay.
We'll cover you.
Oh yeah, I really like that. Fuck, man. How many years have I played this game? I don't think I've ever realized that.
Target confirmed.
What?
That you can
Sorry,
fucking
there's like
hold control and turn the camera like that.
oh, that's not in the base game. I added that from my mod.
Oh. It's fucking nice, dude.
Right behind you.
Oh no. We just had a crash. Oh boy. That's unfortunate.
Okay, there's a few seconds and okay, yeah, there it goes.
Huh.
Well, this is
Who's to say what caused that? It fucking happens, but it happened when I turned that camera though.
I use the camera not every battle, but sometimes I'll do it. It hasn't happened to me. That's
Do you play in 4K?
yeah.
Yeah, this game shouldn't be eating up 12 gigs of VRAM either. That's okay, buddy. No worries. That's the other thing I was wondering. I've got the target command inside my Steam properties for this game. I don't know why it doesn't launch right into it. I still have to launch it through my mod folder or from the mods. Is that supposed to happen?
Sorry, I didn't get that. That last bit is what's supposed to happen.
So I've got the game set to run through the Steam command target line, right? Inside of properties.
Choose your reinforcements.
Am I making sense?
On my way, sir.
You know your instructions you have on your workshop on how to install the mod. Let's put it that way.
The game launch options.
Yeah.
Where you? Okay, yeah. There you
So
are.
I have that set up, and I'm pretty sure it's correct too. Because I've got everything you say needs to be in there, and the directory in my file structure that needs to be in front of everything you say, but I still have to launch it from FOC options menu under mods. Is that normal?
You'd have to show me how it
Okay.
looks.
Okay. Yeah, I probably have the command line written wrong, I'm assuming.
I have it to where all one has to do is copy and paste the line that's on the mod page. No edits to it, just copy and paste the whole thing.
Oh my god,
That should do it.
of course I made edits to it. I'm assuming that you had to put your directory in there that you have it installed in. So I've got like C drive, fucking...
That might be why.
I was kind of figuring you had to do that. No?
Choose your reinforcements.
Oh no, it's just I want it as simple as possible.
Okay,
just copy and
perfect.
paste the line. And
I'll change that then.
down the road we'll look back on this and just
Yeah, because usually it's the other way around. They give you part of it and you have to fucking fill in the rest. I feel like I've done that with other games before. But
well, the good
I
news is
overthought it.
I that's alright. I've overthought things myself. I try to make things
It's simple.
easy for the player. Yeah, I actually have a quality of life thing coming in the next update just because I like to make things easier for the player.
Sweet.
I'm not saying what it is though. It'll be a
Okay.
surprise.
Hey, that water really doesn't look bad either. Did you do
Ever since
anything? Go ahead.
almost at least 60% of all textures have been improved to 4K.
Walker moving out.
Probably more than that. I think it's more like 70 to 80%.
Interesting. How large is this mod on file?
I want to say around 8 gigs.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was kind of big. I was actually a little surprised at that, as a matter of fact. That's probably why, because you're upscaling the textures, or your re-resolution of them. I don't know what's the appropriate term, but that makes
It'll
sense
pass
now.
9 for the next update just because I have a lot of content coming.
But it's probably mostly because you redid the textures, I'm assuming, right? That's probably a bulk of
Oh yes.
a bulk of it.
Textures, yeah, textures took anywhere from 4 to 5 gigs of it.
I don't know if I've seen this map before. Did you make this one?
I did.
See, look at that.
Every map in this mod is made by me or it's an edited version of the base game.
Deploying stormtroopers.
Yeah, that's where some of the fucking time over the years has gone.
Moving out.
Huh. That's for sure.
Mapping is very time consuming,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I originally started out as only a coder, but I wanted to branch out my skills a bit, so I got into mapping. And after doing mapping for so many years, I wanted to branch out a little bit more, so I got my feet wet in texturing. When that happened, that's when I started upscaling textures and cleaning them up and just texture. Oh, it's been a journey filled with skill point unlocks.
Yeah, I bet, dude. I know fucking this practically you're learning video game design in all aspects.
Yes, sir. Yes, Commander.
With what I've done, part of me thinks I should have considered joining a gaming company, which at one point I did, but not for game design. Back in the early 2010s, I thought about doing voice acting. And
Affirmative, sir.
I didn't get to go through with it
Over there.
because life kind of got in the way.
That happens.
When I got out of high school, I had like 3 or 4 things on my list. I wanted to be a pharmacy tech, or work in a museum, or do voice acting. I know those are all completely different things.
Yeah, that's a wide spread there, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before I was gonna do that, I wanted to join the military though. But I didn't want to make it a career. I was only going to do the 4 to 6 year contract and then just call it there. I know if I'd done a 2 to 4 year contract, I wouldn't get enough benefits to really justify it. But if I'd done 4 to 6, I figured it'd look good on whatever resume I had, and then I'd also get some benefits.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do that because type 1 diabetes got in the way.
Yeah, that'll
So
happen.
like, I had my heart set on it, and then they're like, "Oh, we can't take you because you're T1D." I'm like, "No."
Hmm. Yeah, they have some
I
strange reasons why they can't recruit sometimes.
I don't blame them because as a type 1 diabetic, I have to take daily injections of insulin. So
Hmm.
and then there's always the risk of diabetic shock. So I don't blame them. It did kill my dream, sadly, but I guess I don't blame them. I
Well,
was
who knows, man? You may have died in those 6 to 8 years of service and never modded AIW or AAW.
As you wish, General.
That is true. If I had joined the military, I doubt Alliance at War would exist.
What branch were you considering?
Two, either Army or Navy.
Hmm.
But what I wanted to do, veterans kind of had it out for me.
What do you mean?
For the Army, I wanted to go into artillery.
Hmm.
I saw the big guns as a way to sort of, I could load my problems into it and just fire it out of cannon and get paid.
Interesting. Suppose
I
that's
didn't
one way
even-
to put it.
Yeah, I wasn't making a career out of it, so I wasn't interested in leading any teams or anything. I just wanted to be a gunner on a cannon and get paid to do that.
Okay.
But
Corruption has been removed.
so many veterans said, "What? Who joins the army for artillery? Nobody does that."
Hmm.
And I said, "Well, I want to." And they said, this wasn't one or two veterans. This was a lot of veterans over the years.
Enemy fleet
So many
approaching.
told me that they send all the dumb people to artillery.
Hmm.
And I was like, I it's just, there was even some, you could just hear the judgmentalness in some of their voices, like, why would you do that? That's where all the F-ups go. You're too smart for that. Like, I didn't care. But the other branch was the Navy. And I wanted to be stationed with the 7th Fleet, mainly because of where they were. So the 7th Fleet, at the time, I don't know what they're doing now, but at the time, they covered this big, vast area of ocean. And I wanted to be out in the middle of nowhere in the water with nothing but the moonlight and the stars. My mind kind of romanticized it.
Sir, I've analyzed their
Like,
Okay.
and
There is a danger. Shall I have your
if you've
shuttle stand
been
by?
on a cruise ship, some people will tell you that at night the ocean is very eerie,
Awaiting your command.
which they're not wrong. It is pitch black dark. You haven't seen darkness until there's no ambient light in either direction. It is scary dark. But with the moon there shining on the ocean, like I said, my mind sort of romanticized it. And
At once, sir.
I'd do that for some years and then just leave. And then I'd go do one of the other 3 things I considered. But
Yeah.
because not only did diabetes kill my dream of the military, it killed my dream for college. Because I couldn't afford it. I had the medical costs for diabetes are insane. Just
Of course they are. It's fucked up, ain't it?
our country's medical system is not kind.
Ready for action. Ready for orders, sir.
All who are watching, it's not fun to be poor. Just fair warning.
Yeah. Hey, that certainly includes me, bro, for sure.
I can create a silver lining. We might not be rich, but we're definitely in the cool kids club.
There you go.
Oh yes.
Our space station is under attack.
Targeting at maximum fire.
Yeah, I went up to Great Lakes for about 5 to 6 weeks. And I've seen some things that made me decide to leave, honestly. So.
Share, dog. Share. Please share.
I mean, it was your typical first couple of weeks there. You know, the fucking commands all over your ass and shit, and it's to be expected, and that wasn't a problem. And even when I was having some issues trying to keep up with some PT shit, and some of the recruits were getting on my ass, that wasn't really a problem. But it's like, you know, we were coming in the second and a half, third week, and I was starting to see the recruits be like, really too.
How often did they PT you?
Not a lot. I mean, really, it was.
A lot.
No, honestly, it was. What I remembered was because I'm a bit of a bigger guy. Like, I even got into probably the best shape I ever was in my life before I left for there. But I was just never a good track runner, dude. I could sprint like a motherfucker, but my endurance was
What are you, 6'1"?
always terrible. No, I'm probably 5'11", but I was always bigger boned, and I was never really, you know, I usually carried a little bit more weight in my life, but again, honestly, I was in pretty good shape before I left there, and I even tried to get my endurance up, and, you know, that was one of the minor issues as to why I left, because I didn't feel like fucking around with that, and that's kind of on me for being lazy and not wanting to, because they have programs that would have bumped you back in weeks, you know what I mean? But my main reason for getting out was, it's just kind of like, they weren't really disciplining individuals for not having more respect for command up there, and I started seeing that, and that was especially my barrack division. Like, they, you know, the first couple
People were
weeks,
getting away with doing questionable things.
yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's the military for one. It'd have been like one thing if it were behind command's back, but we're talking like straight up disrespect to them, talking and shit over command while they're standing and trying to have a conversation, and they weren't really doing anything about it. They told them to shut the fuck up, and that was it. And they kept whispering and talking. It's like nothing really came of that.
So they just got slaps on the wrist and then called it a day.
Yeah, and I really didn't.
That's terrible.
I don't know. For me, and that might not have been all divisions. You know, I never liked stereotypes, but that was just the division I was in, and I had a lot of care for those dudes that were trying to you know, reform and rebuild us. Like, I was putting in probably at least 80% effort most of the time, but I don't know. I had something in the back of my head tell me, you know, if you're gonna go, let's just go. So that's what I did. I just fucking left, and I went into the separation unit for about 4 weeks, and met some real interesting individuals there, to say the least. But yeah, I mean, it was really my first experience being somewhere without my parents. I was probably in my mid-20s. Like, I'm still living. I'm not ashamed to say this, because I pay rent to live with my mother, but it also helps her because she's pretty fucking broke most of the time too. So, I mean,
I still live with my parents as well, so you're not alone.
I have plans. Like, I'm spending a good bit of my income right now between 2 jobs to support my girlfriend out of the country, and in a couple of years I plan on getting a place here with her. But, you know, that's why I really haven't left out on my own yet. Like, I still have a financially really good situation here, so. But I mean, that was really the coolest thing about it, was just having some freedom to be on my own, some consequences on my own, you know.
It gave you a taste of more of the real world.
Mm-hmm. It was really cool though, being in kind of, even though it was just a training facility, you know, of a military installation. I really joined the military to find out some. I went in to be administrative. I was hoping to work my way up through the ranks to eventually get in access to places like Area 51, you know, like top secret bases. That was really my interest for joining. So
Oh, that's awesome.
I was very curious to see what secrets were being hid from the public. But that's kind of the other reason. Like, I listened to my gut that said there's another way we're going to find out how to do this. This isn't really the way, and I'm glad I listened, because
What was Plan B?
Plan B's already happened. I don't discuss that on my channel, but
Okay.
but
I'll tell you, but I have to silence you.
no, it's not that big a deal. I'll probably talk about it some years from now if I'm still on YouTube. But it's something that I don't.
I'll hold you to that.
You
It'll
should.
be 5 years from now, and I'll say, okay, Dark, remember back when I was about to have my 13th anniversary and you said this? I'm calling you out.
You should, bro. I might reveal a little bit more then. I've actually wrote a book. I won't tell you where it's. Well, actually, I'll tell you it's on Amazon, but I won't do. I don't think it'll do you any good unless you know my first and last name. But
DM me the name of the book later.
yeah, maybe. Well, actually, I probably could, because you're not my day job. It's like something that I couldn't tell customers at a day job, but I could probably tell you, because you're not somebody who's gonna write up a review about an interaction you had at my day job. So, but
And betray you, Dark? No.
well,
You are taking the time to live stream my mod, and I owe you for it.
with all of 20 views I might get on this video. I know anything helps, right? But it's still cool that you're appreciative of that, even though I'm not. You know, I have less than fucking a monetized amount of subs right now. So
To the people watching, you all are cool. You might be silent right now, but that's okay. You're too cool for words. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
yeah, I mean, my channel's a real niche channel, man. Like, very, very niche, you know. The majority of I've learned this over the years as I've been doing more research on YouTube content creators, and like the majority of them are targeting the 8 to, 16-year-old demographic. That's why people like fucking Logan Paul and Beast and all them, a majority of them have become multimillionaires, because that's their audience. That's the majority of what's on YouTube. And kind of my demographics, like 30 to 60, you know what I mean? That's generally the individuals that will an age
Well, I think your content's more mature. Like, I can't picture a 14-year-old taking an interest in your stuff. But maybe someone like around my age, like I'm gonna be 33 by the end of the month.
Mm-hmm. We're about the same. You know, I'm mid.
Anyone 25 to 35, I think. I don't think that's a bad demographics. If it's older than that, that's fine. But then again, like, I'd rather watch more mature content than something for a 13 or 14-year-old anyway. So,
yeah, I mean, that's only a portion as to why my sub count's so low too. I don't really do networking. I don't really
or PR.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't spent an extra dollar on any of this outside of video game and computer build purchases. Of zero money on advertising. So, like, it's understandable. I'll never complain about it. And I'm never like one of those guys who's like at the end of every video, oh, make sure you hit like and subscribe. I hate that. It annoys the fuck out of me, you know what I mean? Because I feel like that's programming, and I'm not really trying to program people. You know well enough where these fucking buttons are. Most likely it's not your first day on YouTube. You know, you understand how these functions work. I feel like people are like insulting me when they try to talk to me like that, you know. That's like telling young kids where these things are, what to do with them, you know what I mean? So that's just my opinion. It is what it is.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That I can agree.
This really
I would,
go ahead.
I myself wouldn't say like and subscribe. I would say don't be silent. Say something if it's good or bad. Something to let me. This is actually how it is with my mod.
Beginning construction.
I'll say, tell me the good stuff, the bad stuff. Just tell me something. Anything.
Yeah, I really haven't got, because see, I do a lot. I don't do a lot. I sometimes, depending on the game, I'll do not safe for work material. Anything from, you know, relevant, well, I don't, your definition of, well, my definition of relevant would be making a costume change where I have a mod that allows for complete nudity, you know what I mean? That would be relevant, or said type of outfit or costume. But I never run around with naked characters in the game, you know what I mean? It's just, that's distasteful. But I like sharing modders' outfits, you know what I mean? A lot of guys and girls put time into creating outfits that could be edgy or, you know, of the sexual borderline edge, and I think a lot of them look great, you know. So I've a good bit of my Resident Evil series dealt a lot with that. My Fallout series dealt a lot with that.
Star Destroyer.
Baldur's
Well,
Gate dealt
if
a
you-
lot with that.
If you make another video and it's on the smuttier side of things, remember I have a smutty channel.
Okay,
You can just,
sweet.
I just say, but remember my rules. Nothing below the belt exposed.
Okay.
Tactical battle imminent.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
I had, actually that's not my only rule. My other rule, and I'm not saying you'll do this,
Mm-hmm.
but no child stuff.
Mm.
And
Yeah, that's practically an assumption. It really should be, you know.
you would think, but I had to make that a rule because some other user, this was a few years back, they came into my channel and I don't want to talk about it, but
Mm-hmm.
there's some questionable people out there, so that ended up becoming a rule, and it's, yeah.
Well,
You would think that goes without saying, but for some people, they truly are kind of messed up out there, and it's just,
well, in my opinion, the questionable thing really becomes the animation stuff, because like it's so hard to tell what an age is in anime sometimes. Like you can make a general assumption, and then depending on what the context is of the actual anime, or if they're in high school, you know, sometimes they mention that. Like I've watched a lot of anime, bro, you know what I mean? And like, so if it looks
if they look like kids,
too
I'm not
close,
allowing it.
yeah, for sure. It's a lot more cut and dry, I guess my point is, with, you know, real photos or even anything AI generated.
agreed.
Because honestly a lot of shit on my fucking Facebook is anime fucking stuff, and like some of it is some of it you can be like, well, that's pretty close, so I wouldn't. But yeah, I mean, so that's pretty much the run up of my channel. You know, I really do a lot of what I do for myself as well. It's kind of, you know, for me, and if anybody else comes along, they're welcome to enjoy it too.
You get in the rated R, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of goes for all my content as well. You know, really every game I do is for me and what I feel like playing.
I do have a question though, you just said that. When I approached you about Alliance at War, what was your first thought? Who's this guy writing me?
No, I mean, it's not at all. It's, you know, My first thought was, when am I gonna do this? You know, because I've got personally just a lot of games I wanted to play in front of that, but you know, here we are. That was probably 6 months ago, and
Has it already been that long?
probably, dude. I mean, I've honestly lost track of time the past couple of years. That's a very big ballpark. So.
I do owe you, Dark. I know I said it before, but I do owe you. Thank you for taking the time to do this.
It's
This
all
is
good.
glorious feedback.
Like, I mean, I'm even considering, because I'm going to watch over my Scum server and see how that does for a while. I'm probably going to pay for at least another month of that and see if I can get any public interest behind it. If I do, then I'll probably keep running with it. If I don't, I'll probably just shut it down and move on to other projects. But in between that, there really is, I really don't have anything else going on that I'm doing right now. So, I mean, I'll probably check out Revan's Revenge at some point. I'll probably go back to TR and mod some of that a little bit in between. And like your mod will fall into that. But for now, at this point, we're just doing this. I mean, I would actually like to be able to beat a fucking... I don't think I've ever beaten in a long time a campaign on anybody's mod. So, like, trying to beat one is kind of interest at this point as well. Taurus has a level 4. They're not really fucking around up there, though. Wow, it's still only 56. How many? You got 100? See, your ships really have much lower supply cost as well. I mean, you've got 100 units of supply, right, in a space fight? Yeah, the Eclipse is 25. This is 64. Oh yeah, 25 plus 64. So we're almost at 100 with all that. It's a good bit of ships in combat, though. Because generally, I won't go over that. I'll put up to the supply amount in space. I guess is my point.
I would add more pop cap, but since we're only on a single core CPU game,
yeah,
I have to think about lag.
Yeah, no, for sure. I have no issues with the amount of population you have here.
Building under construction.
I think I'm just looking at the amount of ships I can actually get into a fight without reinforcements. Because it's 100, right, in tactical space combat?
Correct.
That's the ship count. Oh, fuck, they're going back to Coruscant. Well, that's 68 and 48, so... Wow, they've got 885 now. Look at all these little fighters they bring, dude.
Hang on, the stream's
Oh,
gotta...
yeah.
It's like 4 or 5 seconds behind.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
It could be anywhere from that to 15 or even more, I think, depending on if I'm over encoding.
Yeah, that's...
To me, personally, I find that a waste. I know that's the AI learning, but I mean, even if they were to destroy all of my fighters, like that really could never get... Those couldn't get through these ISDs, could they? I mean, the shields would regen before they could bring them all the way down, wouldn't they? They only have lasers on those, don't they? On those, I don't know. I think those are the Z's there.
The Marshim trades in damage for rate of fire, so it'll just keep firing. It's one of those death by 1,000 cuts, but it'll... Like, it actually doesn't have any gaps in between firing, it just keeps firing.
The headhunters here.
Oh, that is a lot of them.
But I've seen this, not just your mod, I've seen this with TR too. This is part of the learning. This is why when I went into TR's files and was adjusting, this is one thing I did do for their AI. I did adjust, it was actually pricing. So I made all the fighters and like small crap, you know, like anti-fighter ships, the Corvettes, I made all them like 1,000,000 credits each. so that the
Oh my god.
so that the AI could never afford it, and all they could buy was like the top tier cruisers and battleships and shit. That's kind of how I set it up when I was playing with their files, because this to me, this would never win. And even if I wiped everything out here, which is actually a lot of shit, but even if I did that, I don't think that those fighters would be enough to take out what's left, but maybe it would be. I don't know. Let's see what fucking happens here. But
Well, they do have ion cannons, so
oh, really?
that is canon lore accurate.
But you
But
know, they don't...
seeing-
Go ahead.
Seeing this is good feedback, so I'm gonna work on limiting that. I actually just wrote that down.
You will not be threatened by these thugs.
I mean, but now that I think about it, because TR doesn't really focus on single fighter production like that. They've really just got Corvettes in their shit. Now the fighters are actually, they're hard to hit for these these heavy turbo lasers. They like never hit. So honestly, it's probably a good idea that that goes down like that.
What did they say in episode 4? There, I remember that scene where this Imperial officer said to Darth Vader that their fighters are too small to hit or something like that. Do you remember that scene?
I know that there was one from the newer series when they were I'm talking about the First Order series in the movies. That was the opening set of what's his face was in his, they brought in the bombers to attack the Juggernaut, and the guy was like, "Where the fuck are all our fighters at? Why are they not deployed yet?" And
Oh, I remember that.
it was
They couldn't hit the one fighter.
I mean,
and
it's
destroyed all the
yeah,
guns.
it's terrible, you know. Like, I mean, that's terrible military strategy. Whether that was the point they were trying to get across or not, like, you should have so many fighters already deployed. You know, this faction's fighting
true.
with guerrilla tactics. They don't have ships to match your size. I actually
I
have
don't blame that guy for saying that. And you are right, Dark. That is true.
like, you know what I mean. You're
Ready to receive orders. Keep going.
these guys are actually gonna fuck me up. These dudes are pretty nasty. Might actually be, but they're leaving. In my
Is your-
opinion, they should have stayed. I don't understand why they would leave. You know, I think well, fuck. I guess that is one reason why they did lose a good bit.
It could be a hit and run, or
I didn't realize I actually went through all that there. Interesting.
oh my goodness, yeah, you even took out their fleet commander. Then
I lost track of what I had destroyed. But I mean, they still had enough. They easily had enough to take, I believe, everything on this planet and start an invasion. It would have been probably a little costly for them.
Constructing unit.
Alright, so I really don't need to wait here any longer. Why is Vader not there? I forgot to switch him back over. We need to start. I want to catch that fleet in open space.
Construction complete.
Excuse me.
Unit in production.
better out than in.
Yep. I deal with indigestion, man, so sometimes after meals I take medication for it too. That's really my only medical disability is my fucking years of drinking and eating Burger King, drinking energy drinks in my fucking body when I was younger. But I've tried to diet better to deal with that as well.
Transmit orders. Stealth mode.
Alright, let's get in here and do
This
this.
pitiful force is preventing our assault on this system. Dispatch them so that we can secure orbit for the Empire.
Use your reinforcements.
Set coordinates.
I don't think I saw it, but do you have a file that bypasses shields for like torpedoes and shit? Well, I guess torpedoes would be the only cannon weapon that would do it.
A weapon type that bypasses shields?
Yeah, like TR had a file for that. I never used it, but they had one for their, I think just strictly their proton torpedoes. I don't think yours do they? They still connect on shield and decay shields before hull.
Yeah. Down the road, I might introduce a weapon type that does bypass shields. I am planning for a new bomber for the Rebels, but it's way down the road. It'll include a weapon that does actually bypass shields.
Okay.
It's a ways off though.
Sweet.
My I want to go into more detail into it, but
Okay,
if
bro.
I did, it kind of it would spoil something for the next episode.
It's all good, man. I ain't gonna push you on anything. You know what I mean? You definitely just talk
Yeah.
about what you feel comfortable with. Alright, I think this frees up Kuwait. Or Kuwait. So, I'll actually bring this force over. Is this planet? Yep. So
Mars a good manufacturing world for light vehicles, but I forgot it's very specific.
Yeah, I don't really use light vehicles, so that wouldn't do me very much good.
Destination set.
Enemy fleet approaching.
Well, of course they are.
Tactical battle imminent.
Why wouldn't they? This is why we should have a gravity well in the Eclipse. So they can't keep fucking running.
It's not a bad idea.
But then again, I could just use injectors. I might even build one just to see if they'll chase behind the front line for it.
Sir, I've analyzed their attack and
Just
there
to
is a
maybe
danger.
test that. I
Shall
bet
have
they
your
would.
shuttle standing by?
Form up. Heading out.
Hoping to get in more interdictor ships for the Empire down the road.
Awaiting your command.
Do the rebellions have any? Or does the rebels have any?
They might get one, maybe.
Okay, so there's none in their roster
Well,
right
there-
now.
There might be one, but I haven't researched it. It's like a CC something with numbers ship,
Yeah, I've seen
but I'd have
that
to look
one.
into it.
I've seen that one in TR.
I'm not certain if it's canon. That's why I'm on the fence with it. I have not really researched it much yet.
Okay.
Well, I did look into it, but it's been a while. I'd have to get a refresher.
Reinforcements.
Are there two different types of bombers here? Is that why they're separating them like that? Are their sizes different? Oh yeah. No. Oh yeah,
if
this
you
is a
had-
squadron and this is a flight. That's why they're
Yeah.
separating them.
If you had a gladiator or an interdictor, you would get the TIE Punisher. That hits a little bit harder than your standard bomber.
Oh, you got Punishers in here. They're attached to different ships. Interesting.
Gladiators and interdictors.
Interesting.
I can't remember. I think they have shields.
Station ready. Enemies in range.
Well, they made the attempt. It did not go well for them.
AT-AT ready.
Okay, let's line up for this. Oh wow. I don't really have any heavy factories down there.
Invasion commencing.
See, I don't know if you can exactly template what they build on planets, but I mean, there's a reason
And probe droids,
Dropping additional
I say.
soldiers.
there's a reason I build what I build on fucking planets.
On my way.
We will direct
Shield
our
gens,
ships to unleash their
medium one medium factory and the rest heavy. Of course, then they may not. I mean, T2B tanks can't deploy men, so for the rebellion, it's a little different. But the Empire should definitely be pushing these AT-ATs with their men on them.
Heading out.
How many squads? It's like 4 squads of men they can pop out of this fucking thing, isn't it? It's quite a few.
2, I believe,
Hmm.
but I think it's 2.
Boba. Come on, Boba.
Boba Fett has arrived. Support him as needed. What? I'll get there.
Come over here and grab this plant, Boba. This is a nice map. You fucking did this one too.
Abandoned heavy vehicle factory.
Oh yes. I went to SOTOR and took notes from it.
What the hell is that?
Star Wars The Old Republic. It's an MMO.
Oh. I know what KOTOR is. I never heard of SOTOR. What the fuck is this
It's
thing? UT-8?
the sequel
Oh.
to KOTOR.
I might have played that. You hear they're doing there's rumors about a, well actually I think it's more than rumors at this point, a remake for Ko.
reporting.
Oh yes, the remake I did hear about. I don't know if they're gonna go through with it, but I did hear about it.
Yeah, it's hard to say if a fucking developer will ever finish anything.
When do I get
Oh, I only got one of
Cold
those.
Hard Truth. That's an artillery piece, so keep it at range.
Oh.
It's very squishy.
I'm fucking sending it right up the front. Get in there! That's what I thought it said. Oh, this is its deploy laser barrage. I don't know. It's going up the middle now, buddy. Unstable terrain artillery transport. See, I've seen transport written on it. Outdated vehicle with light armor. Alright, well, he's doing something productive.
It was advanced during the Clone War, but years later it's now outdated, so it's not really top of the line.
That's a really good looking model for that. Did you make that whole thing?
I did not make the model, but I did edit the texture.
Pretty good looking motherfucker, really. Got 4 mini cannons, 2 heavies, and a main.
A German modeler named, I don't know if he wants me to say his name. It's Doofy.
Okay.
He made the model, and then he done texture work on it, and then I improved the texture.
Sweet.
Move out. Copy. Let's go.
Come on, boys.
Keep going. This way. Reporting.
Roger that. Squad, move out.
This is interesting. Mara is like force sensitive, but she doesn't wield a saber. Does she? No, that's a carbine or a pistol on her.
I think it's I think it's a carbine. She's not canon though, so she's only going to be in the mod for so much longer.
Oh, okay. Hey, Jacob Martin, what's up, buddy?
Bombers at the ready.
Jacob?
Yeah,
Good evening.
I think he was in the other day when we were playing. Why do you say? Why do you?
Jacob,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I was gonna say there is a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get the hang of it, it almost becomes second nature. Just, I'd say keep working with it and give it time.
Yeah, bro. I don't want to be like I'm the pro tip here, but 'cause if anything, I feel like I do have a good bit of. I almost have 800 hours of this just on this Steam account. I think I played this on disc back in the day. What's a game disc? What's a DVD? What's a CD-ROM? Oh my
I started
god.
out on the Go disc.
Isn't that great?
I was kind of sad the day I dropped support for Go disc.
Fucking hilarious, dude.
I held on to Go disc support for so long that around 2017-ish, 18, a lot of the modders were dropping support for
Disc
the disc
version.
version. Yeah, and I became something of a holdout. I was like, no, you'll have to tear it from my code hands or whatever. And it was 2021 before I finally said, okay, I can't keep doing it. I have to drop support, and I was sad that day.
What what are you doing in battles, Jacob? Maybe me or Larry could offer some advice to you, man. Like, what faction are you playing? And what units? Is it ground or space you're having trouble with? Both, one or the other? And what units are you building? Let's hear a little bit more about what his situation is.
Ready. Destination set.
I've seen a number of players struggle with teching up. I
How?
told them that
Go ahead.
they didn't know to send, like for the rebels, they didn't know to send R2 to go still tech. Or for the Empire, they didn't know where to find the to build to lock the tech upgrade.
Yeah, these are vanilla tech mechanics, aren't they?
Yeah.
AT-AT ready. Armor transport ready.
Yeah, you definitely want to try and get your tech as soon as possible.
If you're still at Tech 1 or Tech 2, then you're gonna start getting overwhelmed pretty quickly. One of my tactics is to camp field commanders on border planets.
Space?
Yeah, I'll do space as well, because in defense, it deploys all your ships automatically, so you'd get your fleet commander anyway. So it can be, I'll deploy them on just border planets and camp them there.
Do they go through different ships as you go through tech levels?
No, in base game, it would attach to the most powerful ship. In my mod, they get their own ships, but in base game, they did not.
Choose your reinforcements.
Roger that. Moving to coordinates. On my way, sir.
Ready.
So Jacob says, both factions, both battles. I win if I have a lot of units to throw everything in battle, but I still get decimated.
Reporting in.
Here's my tip, Jacob.
On my way,
If you
sir.
move the mouse over a unit, you'll see the unit toolbox. You'll see icons in it. That'll show you what it's good against and bad against. So whatever you're fighting, try and send the unit to counter whatever the counter unit would be.
Funny enough, I don't remember if TR does that or not.
Target acquired.
I think they have alt text. I don't think they have the graphical icons for it.
Moving out.
I've been thinking about removing mine because as the rosters build, it's starting to become impractical. I don't want players to think that unit's a one-trick pony. I've been
like
thinking
like
about
AT-ATs, elite AT-ATs.
it'll say it's only good against 3 things, and I don't want to hear a player say, "Well, why only 3 things?" You
Right.
have to hold the hand of the community, sadly.
Well,
Not all the community, but a noticeable amount.
I guess if you're going for some notoriety, not that I say fuck any community that I have following me, but you know, that's why I don't have much of a community. After 2.5 fucking years, the ones that are with me are just pretty much because they've forgotten about me or they don't mind the way I like to do things personally. Oh boy.
I'll have players ask basic questions.
Mm-hmm.
Like the example I gave just now. Someone will say, "How do you still tech as the rebels?" And I'll say, "You use C3PO and R2D2. Just send them to the still tech slot." And it's pretty easy second-hand knowledge stuff for us, but I'm not judging anyone. I'm only just pointing out that I do have to a lot of times hold the player's hand.
Well, sometimes you gotta remind them. I mean, for some, if you know, I mean, I might have forgotten honestly how to do it with the rebels. Like, what are you saying there, Jacob? I think you meant to say notoriety. I think we're just that was a comment based on community stuff, man. I don't think that was anything game related.
Awaiting your command right away.
What am I trying to say here? I think I said what I wanted to say. Yeah, notoriety, kind of like, oh, I don't know. Were we even talking about that? I don't know if I said that word or not. I don't know. It's getting late for me. I got about another half an hour. I gotta work tomorrow. I gotta work a 5-hour shift tomorrow. So, but most likely I'm gonna be streaming this tomorrow night too. But I might take a little peek into fucking Thrawn's Revenge as well. See how much they've changed. If I can just copy and paste my old files over there too. Kind of curious. I mean, it also depends on what map you're playing too, dude. Like, I managed to, like, the reason I kind of picked this map to play on was because, in base battles, he really struggles when enemy infantry are in bunkers.
You could have rocket units inside those bunkers, because rocket units will just obliterate ATSTs.
So what's a good early tech way of destroying a bunker then, without pushing a heavy vehicle unit into it?
Mass infantry, I'd say.
Yeah, it's about the best way. Counter rockets, just more rockets versus structure.
And if you have bombers in orbit, send them in as well.
Yeah, sometimes it pays to sit back in your zones. Try and bring as much as you can, maybe even if you're having trouble pushing too fast. Like, the only reason I can push like this is because I have the fucking, probably one of the highest hit point fucking land units in the game. I mean, they're really, I mean, these guys are anti-infantry, anti-vehicle. Artillery is about the only thing that, you know, or counter.
AT-ATs can
counter
AoE a little
tanks.
bit.
Oh, really?
Oh yes.
I wasn't aware of that. What's with their heavy lasers?
Oh yes. It's a little AoE, but it is there.
Slight.
If you want to help them even more, you can bring in probe droids. Most players don't know it, but those probe droids you can send to planets, you can also deploy them in battle. They come with a blaster.
Oh, really?
Oh
What
yes.
the fuck? I don't think I ever realized that. Huh. Yeah, good for scouting.
Brutal bombing on there. Very nice.
Yeah. Lay them out. Burn them down. Go do something, Bobo. Be useful. Oh, that's his cape. Fucking stormtroopers standing around. At least they can hit something in here. Those buildings actually have a reflection chance.
It's a planetary bonus from the planet Ordvog. It's south of Mechas 3.
Oh, does that apply to any faction?
Planetary control.
Yes.
Oh.
Except for the Hut Clan and the Black Sun.
Yeah, you call them Hut Clan, but I've seen a lot of stuff from, is their leader still Tiber?
Well, the Zan Consortium and the Hut Clan are two different factions.
Oh, really? So you have 4 in here? Or no?
I actually have 5, but 2 of them are not playable.
Oh.
The Black Sun and Hut Clan are currently not playable. If you see a teal-colored faction, that's the Hut Clan.
AT-AT ready.
Oh yeah, this planet actually is attackable. How do you... Were you going to answer that? It sounded like you were about to say something. He asked how you get the Vader's SSD.
Executor. You need a level 5 star base and a lot of credits.
Well, actually... Oh, was that the case? I thought he was gifted upon hitting the tech level.
Well,
I mean, don't let me tell the mod author how it works.
No,
I didn't realize I bought him, I guess.
Yeah, you in the base game, the only way you could get him in Galactic Conquest, for FOC at least, is you'd buy him at Tech 5. In my mod, you can get him at Tech 1, but you lose him at Tech 5 as you have to buy him in the Executor.
Heading to destination.
So for Tech levels 1 to 4, he's a free unit, but he's in his TIE Fighter. At Tech 5, you get him in the Executor, but you have to pay for it.
That's interesting. What do you buy him in his fighter variant?
No, you get him for free.
What does it come through?
But again, that's just for my mod though. In Forces of Corruption, you didn't get him in his fighter.
That's one thing I couldn't get to work in TR, was I actually tried to... I couldn't even find him, as a matter of fact, in their files. Some of the base game heroes I couldn't find for some reason, but I tried to have him... I wanted to have him spawn out of a ship. I just could never find his fighter file.
Thrawn's Revenge takes place after he dies, so he most likely was not in that mod, or is not. My mod takes place, or most of my mod takes place before he died. But my mod does go a little bit past the Battle of Endor, so...
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
Reinforcements en route.
Yes, Commander.
Spam mining facilities, Jacob, but I'd put them on planets where the enemy cannot reach them.
Yes, sir. Over there.
Do you know what map you're playing, Jacob? Is it a big Galactic Conquest? That's kind of why I go with big ones. I was saying that earlier because I like having, especially where there's a bunch of neutral planets to start, so I can get on some planets, have some breathing room between the front line before it's established, and I can kind of see what's going on. It's usually why I play bigger maps. Oh, these guys are gonna fucking hammer me. See how long they stay. Oh fuck, I still got upgrades here. Drop him right on top of that secretary there.
Bomber squadron reporting. Ready for orders.
Awaiting orders. This way.
Comlink active. Fallout. Intercept.
Nope, they decided to beat it. Fuck, I'm not even gonna get that upgrade done. Yeah, they won't even stay for it because they're pretty sure they didn't have a chance at winning. They lost too much too fast.
Just this skill, Doug. Actually, really skilled. I'd say congratulations.
Well, I appreciate the compliment there. So yeah, this is kind of why I picked a bigger map, Jacob. I think this is the one with, I can't remember what your biggest map was. Is 113 or 118 planets? And like the
113 is the largest.
Yeah, and I think there were 80 some neutrals. So, and I will admit, dude, that is the other thing I liked about TR was they had the auto or the pre-gen map. Do you know about that?
Pre-gen?
Yeah, they had a really wild way to set up a map. Let me think. It was... Yeah, because I used to build specific map setups in the XMLs just for... I would set up my star stations and have all that built for all the factions. Back, I think that was Phoenix Rising, maybe even early TR before they started doing that, but it took a lot of work. We're talking hours, and I had to write all the planets down and figure out what I went on the front line. But they came up, the last time I played, they had a system where, like, somehow you could determine... Oh, yeah, that's what it was. They had you go onto the campaign map, and they gave you certain icons, and those icons... You could set up your map for all factions on the galactic map screen. You could put down capitals where you wanted them for the factions. You could put down as X amount of capitals. I think it was like 10 per faction. You could just, you know, you didn't have to have all the factions. You know, they got like fucking 6 or 8 in their shit. So that was actually a really nice feature about their stuff that I saw recently that I was actually kind of blown away by. I didn't think, I mean, that must have taken a good bit of work to make that possible. But, yeah, so you go around with icons and you drop icons in, or you put them in the space layer, and then that'll determine what's where. And that's kind of the way I did that was I gave myself a certain amount of planets, and I left like a neutral buffer barrier, because anything you don't specify to you or other factions becomes neutral. So I left the neutral buffer barrier and just let, you know, I took my time building my economy and my shit on my side while the enemy was cutting through neutral planets, and by the time they got to me, I was pretty much teched up. So that was really nice. It's fun to also scramble a little bit on yours, because with, you know, you use kind of like the legacy system. But that was also neat to see that. But I'm sure that did take quite a bit of work to build that. At any rate, that rant's over. But I'm not sure if you are aware of that or not. It's actually pretty cool. But this is not bad either.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been some years since I played Thrawn's Revenge. I did play it, it's been a while. The last time I tried it was, I think, just before they got rid of the food and parts stuff. Not
Oh,
after,
yeah.
but just before it.
Yeah, that was the thing they used to do. I don't remember that either.
AT ready.
But at any rate, as I was going on about your mod, that's what I liked about this one, having the Empire over here, because I sent, you know, a ground unit to get a couple of these empty planets back here, and there were some neutral. And I think the other factions, you know, they grabbed what they could. They scrambled for planets.
AT ready.
What is this? Let's go. They're both level 3s. 2 and 5.
Move
Send
out.
that guy there.
Vehicle in production. Beginning construction.
AT ready.
Shit.
Yes, Jacob.
Enemy fleet
You are
approaching.
correct.
Tactical battle imminent.
I noticed your 113 comment. I do have more planets planned, but it'll be a while. I really want to focus on the unit roster right now. I've gotten more than one request for Lothar, so that might be the next plan I work on, although that will be a while.
Yeah, at some point you gotta draw a line on the amount of planets you have too, because too many. I know that, but that's I know I mentioned this before. That's definitely where I suffered a little bit with TR as well.
Too many planets.
Yeah, and I think that I don't know if it was the number of planets, but like what are we in week 257 of yours, dude? Like this is flying by on yours. I think at this point of theirs, now granted, it's mostly because I upgraded my system, but it probably would be running a little bit slower, and probably with a couple of drops on military, because their pop is handled differently. Like I probably would have had 2800 pop with their ship by now. Like you can build a lot more ships into their mod, but the way you have things set up here are good for all systems. I think on a weaker computer, this would still be running pretty decently.
That's one of the things that influenced planet count and pop. I don't want to be an elitist dev and say, hey, you should just upgrade your computer, because to me that's kind of rude. I try to take a middle approach, but I do it within reason. So I can't support somebody who's using a PC from say 2009. To me that's too far back. But I'm also not going to prioritize a user or a player using something from 2024. So
a brand new 5090.
yes, I'll probably go by the players using something from 2017 to 21.
Yeah, like
I think
early 3000 cards with about 6 to 8 gigs.
Yeah, to me that's a fair thing to go by.
Holding fire for maximum effect.
That was a mistake.
When it was 2017, I probably then would have said, okay, you're using something from 2009 or 10. That's okay, but that was back in 2017. If I'm still modding in 2030,
Star Destroyer standing by.
oh no.
Yeah.
I'll say 2000. I'm not supporting something from 2019. That's too far back. I try to keep it within at least 7 years. I think that's fair.
Yeah, you can't really. I mean, pretty much whatever you do for old computers, the new ones are going to benefit up for the most part from that too.
Yes, Jacob, more planets does mean more units. The more planets you take, the more pop cap you get. Dark has not taken Indoor. In Alliance at War, you'll have to take Indoor in order to build the Death Star 2. As for what units, are you talking Alliance at War or base game? Ultimately, though, it depends on what you're fighting, I say. You want to counter what the enemy has.
Yeah, I mean your tech level has a lot to do with it too, man. And your faction as well. Like typically, if you're playing the Rebellion, you know, I mean, well, if you're playing anything, having a good, like heavy, like 20 to 30% heavy armor, a good like 40% of medium armor, which could handle both light to medium and infantry, and like 30% infantry. You know. But that's kind of why I tech through shit. I'm gonna do this with the Rebellion too if I can. It'll depend on where their startup, their start planet is, but they're a little bit different because they'll play a little bit more as a guerrilla faction.
They do enjoy more stealth mechanics. If you look around the galaxy, you'll notice the planets are gray. And yeah, I wanted to go by how it was in the movies, where the Empire's searching for the rebels, so they deploy probe droids everywhere. They get the luxury of stealth, for the most part anyway.
Yeah, but I just shove so many ships and men down their fucking hole. It really doesn't matter how much stealth they have. But you see, but it's different, because I mean, I'm sure the AI fucking will build an Eclipse, and they'll build Vader too. So I'll have to have a way to deal with that. That's generally the harder campaign.
In Forces of Corruption, the AI could not build Darth Vader, sadly. This upset a number of players, and Petroglyph has yet to fix that. But I made it possible where the AI could do it in my mod. So that was one of the ways I improved the AI. The AI could build him in Skirmish, just not in Galactic Conquest. Yeah, but if anybody played the Rebels in base game Forces of Corruption, they would never get attacked with the Executor, just because the AI could not build it.
Vehicle in production.
Oh, he's at cap right now. His credit vault is stuffed. He can't hold anymore.
Is that why?
What you're witnessing is one of the ways I've been changing the economy. So
the more you have, the less you make.
Well, the less planets you have, the smaller your credit vault will be, and it'll be a little bit smaller in the next update. Also, structures will cost a little bit more, so the player's gonna notice upkeep a little bit more in the next update. It's not as pronounced now, but it will be a little bit more noticeable in the next update.
Sir, I've analyzed their
I told Dark earlier,
Shall I have your shuttle standing by?
like, enjoy this credit luxury while you can, because it's changing in the next update. Well, he was, but he built up more structures, so his upkeep went up. Credits per week went down slightly.
I've also got like 6 or 8 grand that's being smuggled out from me too. I just realized that. I hadn't noticed that.
Looks like the rebels are trying to cash in on your Magneto credit farm.
Sons of bitches, they better leave my money alone. Just kidding. Take it if they can.
Boba Fett should be able to remove it.
Yeah, I don't. Honestly, that's a, I don't know what the proper term is. It's a micro or macro mechanic I don't fuck with. You know, I'm too busy looking at my front lines and trying to figure out where I'm going next and moving ships. But I can understand how some players would enjoy that. Which again, that was something else that was removed from TR, I'm pretty sure. They didn't deal with hero assassinations. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that was the case. Which I don't mind it, you know, either way, I really don't care. As long as they respawn on a timer. Losing Vader, it would be big, but Vader can't be assassinated, obviously. Right?
Nope. He has the plot armor. In lore, it's because of when he dies. In lore, his character cannot really die until 4 ABY. So, yeah. Even if you kill him on the battlefield, he just respawns.
Oh, that's the Eclipse, bro. Oh, the camera can't actually get it because it's not selectable. But yeah, that's the Eclipse, homie.
It's a very menacing ship that got a little bit of stealth to it. It'll sort of fade into the background of space.
It's a beautiful thing.
At least in lore.
I like the Night Hammer. That was a good looking model.
The Eclipse is scheduled to be removed. Not right now, but it is planned. It's slowly creeping up on my queue list.
On my way, sir. We shall be there shortly.
You know what, though? They haven't been assassinating my shit as much either.
Beginning construction. Construction complete.
Where am I building that ship from? Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, the hard campaign will definitely be the Rebels or the Consortium. I might even...
Well,
You don't think so?
Construction complete.
Well, I was gonna respond to Jacob's statement. Go ahead. Not really easy, but I am removing the Eclipse, but it's gonna be replaced by other ships. So I have more SSDs planned. I have torpedo ships planned. I actually have a lot of stuff planned. The Assertor, the Praetor, the Bellator's on the maybe list. The Torpedo Spear. I have more Imperial stations planned. More Imperial starfighters, support ships. Just I have a lot planned. I have content planned for years to come. Oh, I'm nowhere near done. Do not let the 13-year update fool you. If I still have content planned in another 13 years, that would not surprise me. I have a mountain of stuff planned.
Did I tell you I thought I heard they were doing either a remake or a sequel to this one?
Petroglyph has expressed interest in doing it, but they have not been green-lit yet. They've asked Disney, I think, 2 or 3 times. But
Fucking Disney.
Your
Yeah.
orders.
Or
Your command, sir.
whoever does oversees the gaming stuff for
We're on the
Star
move.
Wars. Was it EA? I cannot remember.
Ready for
Awaiting your command.
Maybe.
Full speed.
Got my interdictor here, bro. This motherfucker's huge. It's
Oh
almost
look, there's your TIE Punisher.
it's almost the fucking size of a ISD.
Reinforcements en route.
Your command, sir.
It's about as expensive as one too.
Bombers at the ready. Ready to receive orders.
Cruiser here. Confirmed. Frequency open. Forward.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
Switch all power to shields.
Yeah, look at everything they're putting up there.
Commander.
Go boys, go.
Our engines are gone, sir.
Transmit orders.
Reinforce the goal and
Prevent the enemy from retreating. I actually have two in the mod. I have the 418 interdictor cruiser, which has been phased out at this point in time because Dark's already at tech level 5, but he's got the interdictor heavy cruiser now. I plan to get the big ISD model in, but that's down the road.
I'm really curious to see they'll
Roger that.
they'll either go after it or they'll stop. See, I've already got the fucking fog of war removed.
Target locked. Coming back around for another run.
That thing's wasted.
Holding fire for maximum effect.
Excellent shot.
Getting a lock. Form.
The shields are down.
Keep going.
Closing on to
Roger that.
We've lost our launch pad. Roger that. Maximum fire. Form up. Concentrating full defense mode engaged. Awaiting orders. Switch all power.
Oh no, they're pulling it in. To be honest, I'm getting tired of this hit and run shit. I do find it slightly annoying, to be honest.
I copy.
So that's why we built an interdictor to fucking stop that horse shit for a while.
Let's move.
I'm gonna load up on some fucking
Awaiting
units
orders.
over here.
Oh, that's our fleet commander.
Fire.
Sure is.
Ready for orders, sir. Transmission confirmed.
Copy. This way.
Space station under attack.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Gunship
Actually,
reporting.
gonna take these back here too.
Navigating to coordinates.
Thought I had two of them. I guess one got destroyed.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
Bye bye. Oh man, that was like inside of the eclipse.
Under attack. Yes, Commander. Heading out. Locking on.
They also have a missile jamming field, by the way, which I think is pretty fucking relevant in this one.
I copy. Reporting.
X-Wings do give passive jammers.
Yeah, which
In canon, they were armed with these things called screamers that screw with electronics,
Location set.
or at least ordnance.
Hypervelocity cannon firing.
Oh, that motherfucker dodged it. Oh, caught some of his shield. Look at all their fleet commanders, bro.
Holding fire.
These guys gotta go. They're gonna get massive bonuses off that.
They do make their ships more tanky.
Ooh, almost lost the shield. Just in time.
Are they bringing in the whole Admiralty board?
They got them all there. All for the shooting.
Reporting.
Yeah, they brought a massive fleet, Jacob. This, I
Yeah.
think they wanted to do a hit and run, but they realized they cannot do it, so now they're starting to commit. Maybe. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, see in TR, I've seen them go right through my front line, but this is different. They're still pushing this goal, and we'll see. I may even release them should they start to do too much, but I'm pretty sure I got enough here to hold in for a minute. This is back on cooldown. Go boys, go! Smoke them! Yeah, they would actually... I know I keep making comparisons between you and TR, but I think it's interesting to note these differences. They would drop in... Their ships would spawn in extremely close as they could, inside the restricted zone, to get, like, to the interdictor. So I don't know if that's something you can control, but in a situation like this, that script would be good. Like, they would be dropping ships, like, right here and, like, pushing towards that.
They would need a unit to give them line of sight to do it. You got a pretty tough blockade, though.
Yeah, if it weren't for this eclipse, I would definitely probably be suffering a good bit more. But this is hammering out. Oh, that was actually a waste. Okay. But overall, yeah, these free indicators are actually incredibly useful. Shove these on the front line. They can't actually outdamage this Golan, I don't think. These are Nebula Bs, right? Or I think, yeah, they're
Assault frigates.
Yeah, they can't really outdamage it, I don't think. We've got most of them around there. I'm gonna try and get in their fighters and every fucking thing if they'll bring it. Let's see what happens then. Let's test this theory about how useful all these fighters are gonna be against me.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
Oh yeah, something else I meant to pick on you about. So I know it's incredibly hard to do. Death clones. I know they take a lot of work to build, but I wanted to give you a hard time about them.
Well, this is fine. I do appreciate your honesty and open opinion, Dark. I like death clones, and yes, they are hard to do, but at the same time, I've been thinking about getting rid of them for performance reasons.
So like
You are aware when a game has particle explosions, it takes more power?
oh yeah, it was horrible on my old machines. Oh, it was just fucking terrible on them, dude, for sure.
That ship right there that just exploded, that was a lot of particles. So it briefly took a bit of resources. For optimization, I've been thinking about getting rid of death clones. But I'm indecisive on it. It's a hard call to make.
Ready to commence. On the double.
I don't think it'll be able to hit these little ones. Yeah, they just straight up dodge that. Your shields look different too. I kind of like the way you've done your shields as well.
Space station under attack.
Oh, thank you. I have improved shield impact rounds coming in the next update. A little spoiler for you, because you're streaming my mod, and I'm very happy about it.
Okay.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
What orange laser? Jacob, I didn't see one.
He might be talking about the hypervelocity gun. So this is a planetary weapon for the Empire specifically that shoots, I guess, superheated, kind of like railgun plasma rounds or something from the ground. It only works on, I think, medium-sized ships, or even bigger, maybe. It's dodgeable if something has enough maneuverability and speed. Like, you could never hit these MC-30s with it, or these Virgillas if they're moving. If you can time it right, you can get one. Like this guy. I bet I'll be able to hit this motherfucker. Will he know it's coming? Nope. Oh, almost got my shield. Almost, but not quite. They're dumping everything.
How's your golden shields looking?
They were almost down, but I hit the button and it fucking shot right back up. I'm actually over.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty quick regen. Here's all these fighters.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
Actually, where are they going? Yeah, the old hen hunters, they're kind of older, aren't they? Like, time-wise, tech-wise, they're kind of like an older ship. It says they're retrofitted, though.
Yeah, the Rebels done a light modernization to them. Was it major?
Oh fuck, I have so many fighters I can't, oh no, there they are. Keep those guys up there. Yeah, they had almost 1,000 unit fleet, bro. But they're gonna be a while in building. That was actually something else I did for Thrawn's Revenge. I put like every unit on a 10-second build queue. Not very much got done, bro. Not very much got done. That was actually an adjustment I wanted to fucking fix a little bit. Cause you just couldn't move the line before there was 40 more fucking battleships and dreadnoughts coming at you. It was very, very, very unrealistic.
You were just having fun.
Yeah. Oh, fucking people hated it. Like I said, we were in fights for like up to 2 hours. It really, you know. That's how I was coming to the end of that series, but oh my god, look at all these. Let's just throw these
Jacob,
bombers over
this is one of the reasons why Imperial players like interdictors. The Rebels would have likely ran away from that because they like to do hit and runs.
Yeah,
but
they wouldn't have
Dark
stayed.
prevented this.
It really doesn't make sense. I mean, the fleet hasn't even come out of... I mean, it really depends on what your definition of how hyperspacing reinforcements may work. Technically, publicly, in our reality, this shit doesn't exist, even though I believe it does. And it's not. It's mostly not an earthly practice that in Foreman exists right now. So, but to each his own opinion, you know.
Jacob, we live in a large universe. Who's to say something like this is not happening somewhere?
Yeah, we may be closer on some of these things than I think, Larry. There might be a reason why we're hooked up.
Imagine telling aliens that we use air to lift our aircraft. How is this thing floating? Oh, we use air to help generate lift.
Yeah, it's but at any rate, with, you know, it's kind of like the gravity well is, you know, once they've expended, because technically if it's been so long since I've fought an Empire AI that's used a gravity well, I can't remember, but if you just stop bringing in units, the fight's over. You know, once they destroy
That is true.
the last few units. And I know the AI's done it too. We talked about that a little while ago. But sometimes they go full force. They fucking go in to see if look at all these headhunters. I really wanted to clear these out to see if they would do a different fleet comp as well.
Normally, they probably would have broken through if you didn't have the Eclipse, because they did bring in a number of MC ships.
That's true. Yeah, those cluster bombs are pretty nasty. Then again, this is, do you have an infinite amount of reinforcements? Or are they just very high for, I mean, for fighters out of,
The fighters from the
Station
Golan
fives.
yeah, stations are infinite. Golans, only the fighters are infinite. You only get one ISD from a Golan. But your main station, that's infinite.
Form up. Full defense mode engaged. Moving out.
Targeting at maximum
yeah,
firepower.
I mean, see, these fights can be lengthy. The reason they would be so long on TR is because it would slow down so much. I tried not to have so many fucking fighters spawn with their ships, but it was hard with their variants and fighters. And fighters are generally what I notice, because they'll have up to like 8 per, you know, they do halves, they do doubles. Yeah, so I think they'll anywhere from 4 to 8 in their flight squadrons. So that you know, it's really, in my opinion, the fighters that add a good bit in space combat. Like we've got quite a lot of squadrons here, but they're all 4 to 3 or 3 to 4 per. So, you know, we're running a solid 60. It's great for performance, no doubt, and it keeps it fast paced.
I actually went with the more accurate numbers for their flights. So Imperial flights are 4, and then Rebel flights are 3. With more accurate.
Yeah, you told me about that the other day when we were discussing. I brought that up.
I also like an ISD holds.
Copy. Heading
I
out.
think it's.
I copy.
Roger that.
Is it 4 squadrons? So one Imperial squadron is 4 flights.
Orders, sir. Where are the others?
And I gave I done it to, it's hard to word this. I done enough flights to equal out the cannon loadout for the amount of squadrons an ISD holds in lore. So it all equals out to cannon numbers.
Reinforcements en route.
I want players to have the cannon experience.
I mean, I think it's pretty good, really. I honestly have no complaints about it.
Reinforcements en
As the dev, does a lot to me, Dark. Thank you.
See, those heavy turbo lasers do hit sometimes. They fucking smash them too when they hit. Look at this dude. Oh man. We definitely won't be seeing them for a while after this.
He's not gonna be in the sequel.
Yes, sir.
Ready for orders, sir. Setting course.
I'll be honest though, I don't know about turret repair ships. I know TR offers a lot of options for them, and it seems like, you know, the shielding isn't. I think for the rebels it would work better because their ships have over shielding. You could protect those hard points more, but with ISDs, it's sometimes the action backs off enough where you can heal, but most of the time with them, it doesn't seem to make too big a difference. So that's why.
Cautious? Are you cautious with bringing in repair ships?
Yeah, well, no, I just don't build them for my pop queue. I don't think it's worth it. They're actually pretty expensive as far as count. Like, I think they're 4 or 5 or something. It's a little, it's a little bit more, and it makes sense why you do that, you know.
I didn't want the player to stack so many on a ship and turn it into a tank.
Like, I like these ability ships, though. I think these are more useful personally. I wonder if those are actually helping the fucking Eclipse super weapon.
The passive abilities that it grants?
Yeah.
I want to say yes, but I'd have to check again.
Huh. Okay.
Sometimes the little things escape me.
Yeah. Well, it makes, yeah, because this, I mean, it kind of is technically an ability on the ship bar if you could bring up the ship. So
yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm leaning towards yes.
Probably.
Feels kind of embarrassing knowing that I wrote the code and then
you may not know that, but there's a lot going on, even after years of, you know. See, this line's lasting a little bit longer. They brought in some stronger frigates and destroyers here. I especially like these. I like the model of these Peltas. Wow, they're actually worth 9.
Oh yes,
14?
they.
Holding fire for maximum effect.
Yeah, get this guy out.
The person that made the Pelta, he doesn't really come around much anymore, which is kind of a shame because I did call him a friend. Like, he was a cool guy. But he kind of went quiet and is just, yeah.
It happens.
It's so many years of modding, I've seen people come and go. It's, like you said, it happens.
I mean, truth be told, I don't know how long I'll be on these working on, you know, streaming any of this. Probably for a little while at least. This is one of the games I find I do come back to the most, though. Definitely over the years. Oh wow, that's getting jacked up. Oh, we need some air cover here, gentlemen.
Empire War is addicting, and I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
How's your Golan looking?
Oh, it's getting pretty fucked up. These fighters, I didn't realize they were on it. But we're gonna rectify that in a minute here.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
So much for that overshield. Oh, they had a bunch of Y-wing, or they had a couple of Y-wings on that. That's why. Look at all these fighters that fucking rolled in, bro. Oh my.
Closing on target. Ready for battle. Pursuing forces.
Velocity is gone.
Hypervelocity gun available.
I noticed your hyper velocity gun doesn't bypass shields either. I think that was vanilla. I think for that one.
Correct.
Not a complaint, just an observation. You know, again, it's one of those. You know, unless you're going full canon, if it's ever been explained in the book or anything, but outside of that, it's fictorial, biased opinion as to whether something mean, because technically it's like a railgun, isn't it? Like heated slugs being shot from ground, something of that nature.
Yes. In canon, ship shields can stop mass.
Frequency open.
An example,
Go.
during Rogue One, the X-Wings were firing torpedoes at the shield, and the shield gate, and they could not get through. Or another example, when that same battle, they couldn't get through the shields of an ISD, so they had to use ion torpedoes to actually take out the shields, so they could damage it.
That was a good movie, by the way. That was probably one of the last I thought was really good.
I do have more Rogue One content. No, the golem. You will be missed.
She bit the dust. We fucking worked every last fucking credit out of that shield. That's for sure.
Reinforcements en route.
Now we're gonna see what they can do with the rest of their fleet.
This way. Awaiting orders.
Reinforcements en route.
Coming around.
Ready for orders, sir.
I've got them in my sights.
Moving out.
Roger that.
Copy. Over there. Attacking. Maximum switch all power to shields.
I'll take care of this.
Star Destroyer standing by. Star Destroyer reporting in. Right
Oh
away.
no. Oh no, what have I done? Oh boy, that's unfortunate.
Commanders are hitting us.
I fucking grabbed the waypoint somehow. I never use waypoint.
The battle's just distracting.
Yes, Commander.
Fucking waypoints.
Awaiting orders.
Is that your ISD-1 class?
Yeah, that was from the Golan.
Awaiting your orders.
Oh fuck, I've got so much shit on the field I can't see my
Awaiting your command.
my regular ties.
Your command, sir.
I've got too many. That's the thing that sucks about the UI too sometimes. You see that? I got so many fucking bombers and advanced ties I can't fucking see my regulars. Really, these bombers can't do much now. I'll go after that one.
Commander. We've lost the iron cannons.
I copy. Location confirmed.
He's headed your direction.
Holding fire for maximum effect.
Closing on target.
Reporting. Advancing.
Roger, pursuing enemy forces. This way.
Just use bombers for anti-fighter.
Our shields are down.
Engaging the enemy. Watch your back. I'm on this way. Under control. Intercepting. Watch him. He's coming around. Returning to your position.
Reporting. Bomber active. Squadron moving out.
He won't be
Yes,
around
sir.
much longer. Target critical.
Confirmed.
Yes, sir.
Where's your interdictor going?
Right away.
What's that?
Your
Oh,
interdictor.
fuck. Oh. Oh, it's that waypoint shit. Oh boy. Oh boy, where did he go?
Reporting in.
He's at the front line.
Weapons ready. Weapons ready, sir.
Can he move with the shield?
Heading out, sir.
How did that happen?
Form up. On the double. Proceeding that direction.
Oh, oops.
Roger that.
I do not know how that happened. That's weird. He can't even move with that on. How did he get up there, dude?
Pursuing enemy forces.
What the fuck?
Field ahead.
Strange, huh?
Oh, well.
Targeting at
Interesting.
maximum firepower.
It's almost like he teleported up there.
Well, I seen him floating towards the front, and I thought, wait, what?
Oh, no, you don't. You would have liked that, I'm sure.
Warm up. Over there. Copy. Setting course.
Ooh, stop them.
Yeah, I'm trying to move him back behind the station again.
Closing on target. Pursuing enemy forces. Taking them
They've
out.
taken out our launch
Engaging
bay.
the enemy. I'm on this one.
Gravity well generators online.
I think this is pretty much the last of them.
Reinforcements en route.
Ready. Moving out.
Batteries online. Flank speed.
Yes, Commander. Forward.
Position.
Holding fire for maximum effect.
Fuck, should have hit that one.
Bomber standing by.
Yeah, this is the end of them, I think. See, there was an interruption of the interdictor. I don't think that was all of their fleet.
Hypervelocity gun available.
Copy.
Bomber squadron reporting.
Oh, you have boost engine power for them. I don't know, they're probably done now anyway.
Feel free to screenshot this summary screen and share it in the server.
Okay. Yeah, I think they actually, because of the whole bit there with the misplaced,
Pursuing enemy forces.
they could drop a whole bunch more in before this last unit gets destroyed, but I don't think they're gonna.
We are victorious.
No. Guarantee you that wasn't everything. Probably. I don't know, maybe it was.
I have noticed that the AI may wait until like
Oh, that was most
5% of their fleet is left before they finally decide to retreat.
Yeah,
Okay,
145.
add drum roll for the screen or summary screen. Oh my goodness. 4 MC80s, 4 MCs. Oh my goodness, 100. Please screenshot this. Screenshot the top and the bottom.
Let's see. What do you want this under?
General? Put it in general.
Lounge?
Yeah, lounge general.
Okay, there it is.
Thank you.
See,
That was quite the battle.
see if they still have anything. Oh no, nothing flew away from that. that was every last unit they had. Let's see what that did to
What's
their military. It was everything, dude. Look, it dropped all the way to the bottom.
Hang on, stream's gotta catch up.
I'll let it run an extra week. That was definitely my last fight there, though. But yeah, I'm over my curfew.
Oh my
half an
goodness. That was brutal.
hour. Oh no, that wasn't. That was only about half of what they had.
I'm sure the rest is like land units or something.
Huh, yeah, that is true.
If they're using Z95s, they might have been cleaning out the closet of their older tech, so they might have room for more newer stuff now.
Sweet.
We might see T70s, maybe? Maybe.
Works for me. Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dark and his superb fleet tactical skills.
Really just a
Give
fucking...
a round of applause.
Really just a fucking eclipse. But I mean, there was some fucking flight work there too with some of those units.
A
Other than
sad
that,
violin for the Golem that gave itself for the cause.
like I said, we worked that motherfucking shield ability though. That one definitely got our money's worth out of that. Alright, man. Well, this was fun. It's good to have you on voice too. Some quicker, more relevant conversation pacing there, so that was nice.
Thank you for having me.
Sure, bro. Well, I think tomorrow we'll I'll probably definitely get on here. I may, depending on what's going on with my Scum server, but I don't know, again, I'm pretty kind of burnt out of that, so we'll probably swing right over here and get into this almost right away.
Just remember to give me an advance ping, just like 20-30 minutes.
Sure, bro. That's no problem at all.
Doc, have a great night and better tomorrow. It's always a pleasure, man.
You too, buddy. Last question though. Are there still issues with save files in this game, or was that fixed? I don't know if that was just a TR thing.
It was an issue. Well, it was with all mods until they updated to the 64-bit. Then it still happens, but it's more rare now.
Guess I'll make a second one just in case.
It used to be a 50-50 type thing, or I would say it was a 50-50 type thing. Then when the 64-bit update came out, the game could better handle data management. So now I'd say a save it went from 50% reliable to 70% reliable.
Okay. Sounds good. Alright, buddy.
Oh, yes.
Good time.
Right.
We'll catch up.
Yeah. Take care, Doc.
See you, homie.